What's up, everybody? We're back in the garage. We're checking out the 2JZ, and now obviously I've got it torn down. I just want to give you guys a quick look at where I'm at with it. So I've replaced the cam seals, replaced the oil pump, the water pump. I don't think anything was wrong with the one I had, but everyone tells you to replace those. I was told this motor had about 80,000 miles on it. No way to verify that, so I went ahead and replaced them all. So there's the small block that we pulled out. It'll sit there for a while until we find something else to put it in. But this motor's in really good shape overall, so really happy with it. Give you a good look. There's some staining on the cams. That's my only real concern. I think they'll clean up nice. Otherwise, it looks pretty good. I'm not taking the head off, just replacing all the gaskets. I went ahead and replaced the rear main seal. And I learned my lesson on that. I always replace the rear main seal on every project I work on. So that's where we're at. I'm gonna go ahead and put the timing belt on, go ahead and put the covers back on. I'm still waiting on the rear sump. It was mailed out a couple days ago, so as soon as I get that, I'll put it on. And then it is going in the car. Car's sitting here just waiting. I've been working on the interior a little bit while I wait on parts. But we shouldn't have any problem fitting the 2J in this massive engine bay. I went ahead and measured it front to back. Should work great. Give you a better look there. But basically, I'm going to convert this to a hydraulic clutch. If you look, I don't know if you can see it, but I had a manual clutch linkage there. But otherwise, I'm hoping it goes in there without too much of a fight. I'm going to have to weld up the motor mounts, but otherwise I'm leaving the clamshell style motor mounts on the frame for one very obvious reason. Once you see it, at some point in the 80s, that they were just going to weld them. You know why? My dad told me the story. He said they were having a hard time getting the nut on it, on the back, because it is not fun. If you know anything about these cars, it's very difficult to get it in there. So he said, you know what? Hand me the welder. So those motor mounts have been on there for a very long time, and they're not going anywhere. They've been beaten, abused. The welds are in good shape, so I am not going to remove them if I don't absolutely have to. So the plan for now is to use those motor mounts. See, I've got the Willwood master cylinder here for the brake booster. So here's all the wiring kind of laid up. This car had a brand new American Auto wire harness put in it. I put that in there right when I rebuilt it, when I had the body off. I got the condenser in. I took the radiator out and everything. And this car had a full BMR suspension I put on. So it is ready to go. It's just begging to have another motor put in it. So I'll hop back on this. I'll give you guys a better look at it once I get the timing belt and everything put back on. There's great videos out there about how to do the timing belt. So I'm not going to go through that in detail. Very simple, very, very simple. There's 3 marks. There's a mark here. It's a line. I don't know why someone put white paint on the dot. Ignore those dots. Don't worry about them. There's a line here, and that matches up with the groove. So if you look at the groove here, that it's not straight up and down, but it's lined up with this groove. Same thing here on the VVTi gear, but I had to do some research on this. So if you're watching this video and you're going to build a VVTi motor, take a look at this. It moves, obviously, the variable valve timing. This is how it varies the timing. The computer sends different oil pressures in here. The pressure changes the timing. So there's a line here, just like on the non-VVTi cam gear, that lines up with the hump here. But what you're going to do is you're going to make sure it's all the way to the right, because when you start rotating this, if you don't, it's already going to be out of time. Because think about it. If you do it here and you start rotating it, instead of the camshaft rotating, just the gear is going to rotate, and now your belt's going to be off. So whenever you go to time this, make sure you have these marks lined up and the VVTi gear is all the way to the right. Now look down here, very simple. It's off just a hair, but you'll see I've went ahead and marked these with a Sharpie. This line to that dot, I need to turn it just a hair to the right. So I'll do that, but you'll see I got the Powerhouse Racing tensioner bracket. I was told that these break, the stock ones, so don't want to take a chance. Went ahead and got the Powerhouse Racing. Otherwise, everything is stock. Toyota did a pretty good job with all these components. So I'm going to go ahead and jump back on this, and I'll give you a better look once I get that done. So let's give you a better look at the belt. You can see here, that's lined up with that hump. That's lined up with that hump. Bottom down here. So that makes sure you're top dead center and everything's now in time. So then now there's a pin here. This is a new tensioner as well. All you do is pull the pin, takes the slack out, good to go. That's it. Super simple. These engines were overbuilt and simplified, which I think is what makes them so great. So I'm going to wrap this up. I'll show you a little bit later once I get everything put back on, and then I'll end this video. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, we're back. Got everything buttoned up on the front. The only thing missing is the power steering. I don't have it. I got to figure out if that's going to work with my Vintage Air kit or not. So if you have any idea on that, let me know. Does Vintage Air kits work with factory Toyota type Denso AC compressors? So if anybody has information on that, let me know. But got everything put back together. The ATI super damper, got all the pulleys cleaned up, alternator back on, all the water necks. So it's looking good. I went ahead and hit the valve covers with a wrinkle black. Turned out pretty good. The other side had some issues, so I had to touch it up. But I don't hate the black on white, but I'm thinking of going with a Nardo gray type color on the cover here. Let me know what you think. I'll show you. Got the new timing belt, all the timing done. I showed you before. Don't have the coil packs in here yet. Getting those cleaned up, getting new spark plugs put in. And then we're pretty much good to go. I gotta put all the hoses back. But otherwise, guys, we're getting very close to putting this thing back in the Chevelle, which should be a lot of fun, maybe this weekend. Take a look here at the Chevelle. She's ready to go. Got it all measured up. It's gonna fit in there really nicely. Should look great in there. So let me guys know if you want to see any other footage. Let me know. I'm down to do whatever you guys want to do, whatever you want to see. If there's anything particular you want to know about the car, let me know. It's been a really fun project so far, or just about how I get into these builds and what I do. So comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys want to see. Thanks.